So in the good old US of A, the latest vintage collection wave has been split up into two parts. Basically, these three Mandalorian figures came out, and then we're going to have to wait probably another month or so until Bib Fortuna and Lobot come out. Even though, if you're lucky enough, you can just walk into a Target and find all of them. For whatever reason, they have been split up for online orders. And of course, you can never find these in stores, so I'm going to be reviewing these first few figures from the latest vintage collection wave. That includes the Mythrol, Kuiil, and Bo-Katan Kryze. And let me tell you, opening these figures, one of them is pretty run-of-the-mill, but the others had a very pleasant surprise about them, and one of them especially is definitely top 10 figure of the year contender already. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at these. Let's start off with the one that, as you can probably already guess, is the one that's just, run-of-the-mill. It's really good, but, it's just what it is. The Mythrol. Honestly, really cool character. Really, really fun character. Really like his design. Really nice to have the character from the very first scene of the show. And, he did reappear, too. I don't know how different his costume was, but I believe this appearance is actually based on his very first episode. So, yeah, really cool figure. It'll go with the Razor Crest that we should be getting here soon. And I'm really happy with it. So let's look at the figure itself. It actually comes with a lot, too. So what he has on him now, he has this little tool thing. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's been a while since I've seen the show. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Clue me in the comments. I don't mind this time. He also comes with a blaster, which is nice. I don't remember if he used it. Definitely not very familiar with these accessories. But they're still very good accessories. As you can see, he holds them really well. I would say the right hand's better for that, and the left hand's better for this, because it actually has a dedicated trigger finger right there. But he also comes with, of course, because, he does have a bounty on his head. Comes with some handcuffs. They are softer plastic, so you can stretch them out, get him over his wrists. And he does have enough articulation where you can have him with his arms kind of close together. And there is a nice bend to the cuffs, too. So you can pretty easily and effortlessly get them all cuffed up, which is super cool. I don't know how I'll display them. Kind of depends on the pose and where I have them, I guess. But yeah, he has the cuffs, which are really nice. And this accessory is super cool. He actually comes with a little, wanted hologram. And the detail on this is insane. So you can see there's actually a little bit of printing in the Aurebesh on the top right there, and the sculpt is really good. Actually has a little bit of the waving like a hologram. There is actually paint on the projector itself. That is really nice. I hope we get one for the guy from Book of Boba Fett. That would be a cool one. If we even get that figure, I honestly doubt we would, but still, that is such a cool accessory. I might have one of my Mandos holding that. So yeah, that's really nice. You can see the size too. See, it's really tiny. Still, man, look at the figure itself. It is cool that we got this in TVC before Black Series, just so we can say, suck it, Black Series. But how many characters have they gotten before us, right? But yeah, man, look at this. As always, details top notch. Man, I always say it in these reviews, but I'm going to say it again. They don't give us a lot of TVC nowadays, but whenever they do, it is really good. So the head sculpt has been a point of contention for some people, because some people are like, why is it metallic blue? And I say, he's a fish guy. Have you actually ever seen a fish out of water? They're very shiny. And honestly, I think this looks the part. He wasn't this shiny in the show, I'd say. I don't think he was nearly this shiny. But still, I think it actually makes a really cool looking figure. This metallic blue head has all this printing for like the little scaly things. Not really scales, I guess, but he does have some paint in his ears. Man, he is really detailed. He is such a good figure. Kind of blank expression, honestly. Wish he had more expression to him because he is a very colorful character. But his articulation is, it's pretty average. He's got what I assume is, oh god, I thought I broke it. Whew. He has the dumbbell at the neck. Honestly, doesn't give you too much range, though. That's why I popped it off. I was curious. Ball hinge of the shoulder. Even though we should honestly call them disc hinges, because they're not really balls, are they? They're more like discs. It's more like a disc hinge. But everyone's called them ball hinges for years. Normal for the elbows. The wrists, I mean, they've learned by now. Both of them go up and down. They've learned that that's the more useful axis of motion. Waist is really movable. Really like that. A lot of motion in there. The hips are standard. You love them or you hate them. Most people do not. Most people are just indifferent to them, honestly. We have to like rotate them to get the motion, but I mean, they work. You can just have them facing that way if you want, or if you want the joint hidden, just rotate it. It's very nice and fluid. Thigh swivel. Knee bend goes nice. Also swivel at the knee there. Then he's got ankle rockers. Yes! I'm so happy they're giving these to all the TVC figures nowadays. So his articulation's really good, man. Really nice figure. If you like this character, if you want to expand your Mandalorian collection, if you like aliens, because one thing that Hasbro doesn't really do anymore is just random aliens. This is the first of this species we've ever gotten. Honestly, I mean, the character was the debut for this species. So honestly, I think if you're a 3 3/4 inch Star Wars collector, I mean, this is one you should definitely add. Even if you don't care about the character, it's at least a nice backgrounder to have. So yeah, really cool one. Spent a little bit of time on him. So let's go on to Kuiil next. So let's just set him right there. Look at him, little boy. Little precious boy. I hope nothing bad happens to him. Oh wait, never mind. So his card, really like the color on it. Really nice picture for it too. You can see 227, VC227. Wow. You can see freaking US didn't get those two, but it's whatever. Nice card. I dig it. And figure itself. This is where the surprises begin, because this figure, man, for being as tiny as he is, just being a little Ugnaught boy, he is really nice. So, as you can see, his detail is remarkable. I mean, what else would you expect? It's a modern vintage collection figure. He's got all these little details in there. I really like his coloring, too. I think it's really accurate. He's got his little gun, which looks great. His helmet's nice. I don't think his binoculars are separate or anything. He does have a separate scarf here. He also has his backpack that just keys in. It's kind of interesting how they do these oddly shaped keys, but then again, it prevents him from like swiveling around and being awkward. A little paint right there. You can see he's got these stubby little legs, because I mean, he's a little Ugnaught boy at the end of the day. And his face, too, that is nice. It's a shame that it took, what, 2 years after this character's death before we actually got a toy of him. But here we are. It's been like 2 years, right? Or 1 year? Nah, it's been like, I wouldn't say 2 years, or maybe. Dude, it's been a year since Season 2 of Mandalorian ended. Yeah, I'd say it's been 2 years. Oh my goodness. But yeah, man, it's been a while. But we finally got a 3 3/4 inch figure of him. So yeah, you can see there's not too much going on. He's got the strap there. You can strap it if you want. Let's see what he looks like without the little thing there. I do like how they do the dumbbells, honestly. I really like that in TVC nowadays. Yeah, I mean, you can change them up a little bit if you want. Get this back on. Man, the sculpted texture, too, is really great. Let's go over his articulation, because this is where things get interesting. So he has a ball joint at the head, where you already saw the dumbbell joint. Ball hinge at the shoulder. Goes up pretty high. Look at how nice and deep they're making the elbow cuts nowadays, too. That's over 90 degrees right there. He's got up and down at both little wrists. Both of them. It's crazy. He does have articulation at the waist, but the backpack kind of gets in the way of it. I don't know if it's a ball joint. Oh, it is a ball joint. You can arc him back, but I don't think you can do that with the backpack. So you don't get too much waist motion with all of his accessories. His hips. Let's talk about his hips. Because Hasbro has listened. A lot of people do not like the disc hinges. And they've listened. Those are ball joints. He has ball jointed hips. And I'm pleased to report, even though they do seem a little, you can see there's a little bit of give, like just a little bit, pleased to report they move great. They're sturdy, they're durable, get a lot of motion, a lot of easy motion. They're very nice. Swivel at the thigh there, nice hinge at the knee, swivel below, and then he also has the ankle rockers. See, I mean, this little guy's fully posable, and he's got ball jointed hips. So I'm very, very, very happy to add Kuiil to my Star Wars collection. I mean, I don't collect the Black Series, so this is the first Kuiil I've gotten, and I'm very pleased to have him because he's such an iconic character. And I mean, if you like Kuiil, this is one you got to get. I have to do it though. I have spoken. There, I did it. Anyways, let's talk about the last one. And as you may have guessed, this is the one that blows my mind. This is Bo-Katan. So, card back, awesome, awesome picture of Bo-Katan. Honestly, her live action appearance was amazing. It's so cool how we're getting to see all these Clone Wars characters in live action. How many? How many now? Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, that other one I'm not going to say because the episode didn't come out too long ago, but I'm sure everyone's seen it by now. Cad Bane. Yeah, you know, it's 226 TVC, you know. So technically this one comes first. This actually is the first one to innovate because she also, and excuse my rudeness here for spreading her legs, but I got to do it. Bo-Katan also has ball jointed hips. And that makes her, honestly, posing her around, one of, if not the most fun 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figure I've ever messed with. The thinness of her limbs really lends themselves to their high mobility. I really love how they did the shoulder pads. I think this is how they did them on the Black Series too. How they're not attached to the arms, but they're attached to the torso armor. Really love that. The head is very nice on both heads. I also have to show off her unhelmeted head that she actually comes packed with. She also has a little jetpack here. I don't know if it's removable. I haven't tried yet. It is removable. Look at that. Very big key slot, though. Very big key slot. Nice little backpack, though. I dig that. It comes with her her Death Watch pistols. Ah, man. Very nice figure. Ooh, dude, she is so cool. And definitely, I can't stress enough how fun it is to pose her. Like, look at this. You don't have to, like, shimmy anything around with the hips. You can just go blam. There you go. She also has the ankle rockers. You can get her arm up. I do feel like the shoulder pad starts fighting her arm at a certain point. You can see her arm starts going down with it. Because, like I said, she does have these thin limbs. I mean, look at this. And she's got the nice wrist articulation. Look at that dynamic pose, man. Look at this. This is insane. I'm just posing it around for you. So let's take a closer look at her. Let's look at her with her helmet on first. So I did have to do the thing I've had to do with various Mandalorian figures in the vintage collection. I had to go in with a black Sharpie and fill in the visor. Because unfortunately they don't... it's a good thing that they make the print smaller than the actual sculpted area. So it's super easy to just take a black Sharpie, voop, voop, voop. Oh, a little bit of bleed, boop, 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 boop. There you go, boom. Takes 10 seconds. Honestly, fine point black Sharpie, by the way. Don't grab a super fat point, because then you'll just have black all over her face. But yeah, that, like, actually having the visor fully painted in, that helmet is gorgeous. And I was kind of worried. I thought the helmet would be way too small with the preliminary pictures, but I'm happy to say that she proportionally looks perfect. Like, honestly, if anything, I feel like her neck should be a little longer, but you can just kind of maybe shimmy it up a little bit. I mean, look at that, man. That is nice. I love all the paint, too. She's got all this weathering. Got the logos on the shoulders. She's got, like, the owl motif on her helmet there. A little bit of red splashed in. Dude, I love this character design, and I love the character, and I love this figure, dude. It's so good. One thing about her helmet, I do have to say this was kind of an issue. Her antenna is very soft. And the antenna wants to flex before it actually wants to hinge. So you have to actually, like, grab the antenna at the base. And sometimes it just pops out before it actually wants to move, which is annoying. But just kind of, I guess, pop it back in. It's super easy. Honestly, I don't feel like it was really made to move either. Because, I mean, now granted, on one hand it is, but on the other hand, like, you get it back in her head, and it doesn't even really line up with her eye too well. It just kind of, it's just kind of there, you know? It's just kind of there, which is, man, it's whatever. I mean, I can commend the effort, but I definitely think that antenna maybe should have been a slight bit higher, maybe just a little taller. But still, awesome helmet. Well, let's have her holster her gun, because she can do that. Wow, that's so cool. I love when figures can do that. And then take off her helmet, which is just popping off her head sculpt. Because she has interchangeable heads, not a helmet that slides on. Which, honestly, at this scale, I'm perfectly okay with, because this helmet would be way too big. Especially because she actually has a hairstyle. And this head, dude. Look at this head sculpt. Look at that. That looks exactly like the actress. I'm holding a little mini version of Bo-Katan. I'm not holding a toy of Bo-Katan. I'm holding like a little mini Bo-Katan. It's so crazy. It looks so good. Look at that, man. Dude, that's so nice. That face printing is perfect. Gosh, this figure's awesome. This is already contender for best TVC figure of the year, in my opinion. Honestly, this is up there. I love it. So let's just get that helmet out so we can look at her articulation a little bit better. You already saw all of her motion with her head. It is crazy good. Come on, camera. You're detecting her as a face. Let's get that in focus. There we go. Crazy good head articulation. Shoulders you've already seen. Go up. They go forward. Elbow bend is really nice and deep. You get a little over 90 with that. And then with the wrist up and down, because they actually know that by now. That's great. The torso, very nice ball joint. A little bit of crunch, a lot back, some side-to-side tilt. I feel like they could work on the crunch just a little bit. Maybe get a little bit more crunch in it, but still it's good. The hips, those ball joints. So let me tell you, there's like, I don't know if you can tell, there's like a soft click to it. See how it's kind of shifting? That soft click makes them feel so nice. Unfortunately, you can't get them out super far. This is probably one argument for the disc hinges. But then again, there's no ugly hinge on the side. There's actual sculpted detail. But still, really nice articulation at the hips there. Actually get some backward motion, which isn't really anatomically necessary, given how there's, you know, butts there. I love how people are like, you can't move the legs back. But it's like, people don't really do that. Try moving your leg back. It doesn't really work that way. Thigh swivel, knee bend. Pretty decent 90-degree right there. And then ankles that don't go forward too much, but they go forward decently. They go down, then you get some tilt right there. She's so skinny, she's going out of focus all the time. Can she get in a good kneeling pose? That is the question. Effortless. Effortless. Absolutely effortless. Oh my gosh. Dude, this figure's mind-blowing to me. Honestly. This thing's a revolution. It's an evolution, too. It really is. Oh, man, she holds the helmet so good, too, just like that. Oh, my gosh. So, obviously, you know the winner of this wave. I mean, even including Bib Fortuna and Lobot, you already know the winner of this wave. It's Bo-Katan. They really knocked it out of the park. So, the thing with modern vintage collection is that, like I've said, they're so few and far between. And it's like they're not... On one hand, they're not listening to the fans by not making all the characters we want, by not producing as much as we want. But then they put out figures like this Bo-Katan, man. And it's just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's an amazing freaking figure right there. I love it. It's so good. It's too good, honestly. It's too good. Okay, so Mythrol's great. If you like some aliens... If you like the character in Mandalorian, definitely get it. Kuiil, awesome character, super iconic. Definitely to season 1 of Mando. I definitely get him too. Bo-Katan, I don't care, man. If you're into anything Star Wars, you owe it to yourself to get Bo-Katan. If anything, she's this cool Mandalorian woman. If you never watched Clone Wars or Mandalorian, she's this cool Mandalorian woman that's awesome action figure, you know? There you go. It's awesome, man. This Bo-Katan, like I said, she's definitely like top 5, you know, 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures ever made, in my opinion. She's like top 5 material, at least top 5. She is stunning. Get her. She is remarkable. She's flawless, basically. Oh my gosh, I love it. So yeah, there we go. Thank you so much for watching my review of these. Ran a little longer than usual, but there's definitely some new interesting things going on with these that definitely needed to be discussed. Oh my gosh, that Bo-Katan. Oh man, get it. And I really hope we get a Casca Reeves too. I really hope we do. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to the patrons of Patreon. You guys are so awesome. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty guys, there we go. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.